The following podcast contains some mild swearing and descriptions of sexual situations. Viewer discretion is advised.
Spoiler alert.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Showbiz Lingo. I'm Christy Fermi. De joke lang. Welcome to...
Oops, sorry, wrong show.
Welcome to Third World Cinema Club. I'm John Tawasil of Present Confusion.
I'm Jim of jplorapa.blogspot.com.
I'm Batman. I'm DJ from riversilly.net.
And joining us later will be Tristan Zinampan of a lot of things, including Rappler,
Screen
Anarchy, and Film Police Reviews, with a cameo in the BBC. Totoo yun. Tanarin niyo yung docu, nandun siya. So anyway, we're here to talk about a lot of stuff, a lot of things, but the first agenda of the day is the recently concluded, as of today, ToFarm Film Festival 2018. So this film festival is the third edition of the film festival, and it's probably the best edition so far.
Yeah,
in my opinion, anyway. It featured 6 films, and 4 of those films were so successful that they extended the run of the festival for 2 weeks, which is kind of unprecedented in terms of, in this very competitive film market here in the Philippines. So we'll be talking about each of the films in this film festival. What did we think about these films? And let's begin with the first film, Kauyagan. Okay, Kauyagan is a film about it's about this musician. He works at a bar, and one day he is arrested because he looks like a rebel, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
And
actually, the timeline is he was arrested and then later he worked at a bar.
Okay. So he was arrested, then he worked at a bar as a musician. Meanwhile, his family back in the province, I think this is in Bukidnon, they are looking for a new tribe leader.
Yes.
They hope that guy would be the new tribe leader. And of course, it's your classic tradition versus freedom kind of narrative. And it's also kind of a musical. Yeah, kind of a musical. So here in the club, only DJ and I have seen it. So DJ, what did you think of Kauyagan, or Way of Life?
Ang masasabi ko sa Kauyagan ay it's a film that I wanted to enjoy, and I did enjoy most of it. Pero iba kasi yung rhythm niya. It plays by different rules na supposedly yun parang it's somewhat of a musical na the backbone is yung tradition versus or society first or self first na conflict. Pero iba yung rhythm nung story kasi parang you would expect it to go this way based dun sa yung convention na yun, but it does not. When you were describing the plot, the summary before, nalito ka diba na ano ba yung timeline niya? Kasi that's how the story goes eh. Hindi clear yung
which came first,
and then actually may unresolved issues eh. Yung part na yun na he's being a musician at a bar in Manila.
Yeah.
It was never clearly connected to the rest of the story eh. You just have to deduce it na lang. na based on your ideas from other movies siguro na ganun yung nangyari. Pero it was not that clear dun sa movie.
I thought Kauyagan was it had its charms, but it was really roughly constructed, and the timeline was kind of confusing. There were a lot of events that I couldn't exactly place saan siya pwedeng ipasok. Nalito din ako na meron yung mga bata, di ba? Tapos hindi ko kaagad na realize na parang sila lang din yon. Later.
Yes. Parang yun din, hindi lang siya. There's another part of the story na meron ding before, way before, parang
way before. Yeah.
Nung bata pa sila. And hindi kasi ganun ka-clear na sila din pala yun when they grew up later.
Yeah.
Sa story.
Parang ibang, I thought they were, at first, I thought it was referring to different people. Yun. So, medyo naguluhan ako sa kanya overall. Pero, it's not like terrible na hindi ko, it's not that bad. I mean, na-enjoy ko yung occasional, like, what do you call this? I enjoy the occasional musical number. And I thought na talaga magfa-full on musical sila eh. Pero yun nga, the film's very confused.
Confused is one way to describe it, but another would be hindi lang talaga siya conventional. Parang you're tempted to judge it according to convention. Pero in the end, parang ako kasi it's my way of defending this type of film na Mindanaoan filmmaker about Mindanaoan culture. You don't have to judge it by mostly Western derived conventions. Parang si Kidlat Tahimik, meron siyang
may
indigenous. Parang you wouldn't really judge Kidlat Tahimik's films by the usual conventions na nagmumula kasi siya dun sa katutubong pananaw, worldview. So bakit kailangan, parang may sarili din siyang you have to respect its own rhythm, way of life. Yung title nga mismo, way of life eh.
So parang the film is its own way of life.
Parang
it's finding its own freedom.
But then again, yun nga, kasi the main conflict is parang tradition versus modern culture in a way na it's very different from, for example, the Shanters na very harmonious yung view niya of traditional cultures versus modern culture. Kasi yung conclusion ng the Shanters is hindi naman pala siya ganun, hindi siya kailangan in conflict talaga. It can live.
It can coexist.
Ganun. Pero dito, parang dichotomy na naman ulit siya.
Yeah, so ultimately, the main character had to choose between one of his lives and his destiny in the tribe. So, yan.
One surprise pala for me with this film is Bayang Barrios. I'm not sure if she's acted before, but I've definitely not seen her before.
I've seen her in theater mostly.
Theater.
Yeah, musical theater. So she's really a good, singer. She in Virgin Lab Fest, I think she was in Marawi the Musical. So, yun. She's a very, very good musical actress.
Naalala ko si Bayang Barrios in Emir. Siya yung gumanap na nanay ni Francesca Farr.
Okay.
Although brief lang talaga yung niya doon.
Parang cameo, gano'n?
Oo, gano'n.
Alright.
Minor support.
Saka kilala siya kasi nagmakanta siya ng mga ethnic ba yun or folk song, like yung mga Sally Dumay, may version siya na gano'n. So, naalala ko siya doon.
Kaya sobrang bagay niya for this film at least.
Yeah.
Very indigenous texture.
I'd like to all know also if yung storytelling traditions ng tribe sa Kauyagan reflects how this film was constructed. Parang ganun din ba sila mag-oral tradition or mag-folklore? I'm not sure kasi I'm not familiar with their...
Yeah, that's another way of thinking about yung roughness na perceive natin about this film na baka for us it's rough for us na coming from a written culture.
Yeah.
Iba kasi yung expectations ng oral cultures. Hindi kasi siya premeditated or
Yeah.
parang it's a very organic way of telling stories. So,
Parang, parang kinikwento siya sa'yo
Yes.
na with tangents, na pabalik-balik between storylines. So it could be That's what they could be going for.
hindi mo talaga siya pwede expect na to be really polished.
That's true, yeah. Any more thoughts on Kauyagan before we move on to the next film? Gusto ko yung take ni DJ. It's a very nice take. Next film is 1957. So, it's set in 1957. There are a group of farmers. They're working under this parang landlord or parang landowner na in-exploit sila. And then yung only hope nila is for President Magsaysay at the time 1957 who was trying to institute some sort of agrarian reform. So in terms of farming, ito yung pinaka farming film sa ToFarm Film Festival this year. Siya yung pinaka nag-embody ng spirit of farming in film. Personally, noong una, parang I misjudged the film na parang, nako, bakit ganito? There's this, kasi yung catalyst, the inciting incident of this film is a horny couple discovering a giant corn cob, di ba? And kasi sobrang libog nila, ganon, George sila sa corn cobs. Oh, they found this corn cob, ganon. And it transforms into this fascinating, like, parang exploration of ownership as it relates to farmers and owning land, and also farmers' rights in general. And there are also parang seeds that were planted in the beginning of the film, like there's the father of the main character. He writes like his name on
all their stuff,
on all of their stuff, because he wants to teach that, because that's the only thing that they technically own. They don't own like the land that they are cultivating. Yung may-ari nun, yung the landlord, who is Menjico Barubias. And what else? Yeah, basically that it's there's also a very nice sequence near the end of the film na bayanihan. They're carrying the house, because technically yun lang talaga yung pag-aari nila. Their community as farmers is all that they own. So it's a very fascinating for me. Nung una parang but once it parang went on, mas na-appreciate ko siya as a film, and it really embodies, the farming spirit. So DJ, what do you think of this film?
For me, unfortunately, that moment of realizing, oh, this is better than what I thought, that moment never arrived for me. Kasi of all the entries sa ToFarm, ito yung pinaka-nahirapan akong panoorin. Kasi it's actually relatively short. I think parang mga 70 minutes lang siya.
Yeah, it's like 1 hour 15 minutes. Yeah, correct.
But the problem is, yung expectation mo kasi from the logline na it's a tension of parang alam mo yung ending na Magsaysay is coming, and yung official line is, and we all know what happened in 1957.
Yeah.
So yun yung aabangan mo dun sa pelikula. we don't actually know, diba? Kailangan mo pa i-google 1957 Magsaysay. Yun yung i-expect mo sa story, but tapos ang ibibigay niya sa'yo itong giant corn cob.
The giant corn cob
for 30 minutes. Tapos siya yung parang first act, or actually more of first half
Yeah, first half.
Haba kasi nung
it really takes a while to get off the ground for a very short film.
Yes,
30 minutes.
Very slow pa yung pacing niya. Tapos parang for a corn cob issue, parang it's too overdrawn. Sayang kasi agrarian reform yung main topic ng film.
True.
And of all the for me, hindi naman sa sobrang political minded ko, pero of all the issues concerning agriculture, ito yung isa sa mga pinaka-importante.
Yes.
Decades old problem na to, half century actually. The film shows us na more than half century na siyang issue sa Pilipinas. So underwhelming na hindi siya natakal ganun masyado. Yung I think Don Jose yung pangalan niya, si
Don Jose, yeah.
yung landowner. Very stereotypical yung portrayal sa kanya eh. Medyo parang there's a bit of nuance na pinakita yung side niya na they really want to hold on to their property kasi they themselves were oppressed nung time pa ng Spaniards.
Yeah.
Yun yung backstory niya.
And they're passing on, kumbaga, their trauma to
the farmers.
To the farmers.
There's some kind of nuance, pero otherwise, most of his portrayal kasi parang landlord ako, the film actually uses hampas lupa.
Yes.
Diba? Parang kayong mga hampas lupang magsasaka ganun. So parang it's very telenovela, teleserye.
Parang may pagka one-dimensional yung aspect.
Medyo, yes. Yeah. Which is probably a good choice in a way kasi it has to be accessible.
Yeah.
For it to deliver. It ended up winning the second best film.
Really?
First runner-up.
Do you think this would be a good advocacy film for farmers? Do you think? Kasi it's rather simplistic eh. Tapos yung hook nila yung Gerger nung couple with the
It
actually, yun yung very first few scenes ng movie. Parang may kumakanta ng medyo kundiman type of song. Tapos may montage introducing the major characters.
Yeah.
So pinakita si Donna say working in his office at night. Tapos yung couple na nasa cornfield.
So pwede. I think it could be geared for a educational purpose also. So for advocacy and for entertainment. So medyo admirable naman yun for me.
Interesting nga the way you talk about it. Sayang di ko napanood. Kasi it's kind of content.
Maiksi lang naman siya. Pero sige. Pag may 2 farm 3 farm ganun. Sana palabas nila ulit dyan. So any more thoughts, guys? Okay, let's move on to the next film. The next film is Soul Searching. Soul Searching. So this is a relatively black comedy about this teacher named Sol who died. So her fellow teacher, played by Pok Wang, and her parang favorite student, played by JM Salvado, they embark on a sort of road trip taking along Sol's coffin and body, of course, to all of the places and all of the people who they think could harbor her. Yun, basically that's it. Jim, so Jim, DJ, and I have seen it. So Jim, what did you think of Soul Searching?
Trivia lang kasi yung writer ng film, college classmate ko siya.
Oh, okay. Disclosure.
Ganon.
Okay.
So kaya I was able to watch it, yung Soul Searching.
Okay, good.
Ang naging concern ko with Soul Searching, masyadong maraming characters.
Okay.
Yun. Tapos, somewhat, ina-attempt niya kasi to discuss yung depression sa part ng teacher.
Okay, yeah.
Yun yung nakikita ko. And, ano pa ba? I find it enjoyable. Natuwa naman ako
relatively
with Soul Searching.
Natawa ka ba sa kanya? Nakakatawa ka siya for you?
May part na natawa ako, may part na
hindi nag-work yung joke?
Hindi nag-work yung humor. Sorry, Norma.
Hala.
Yan.
Ano yung si Jim mamaya? Sa FB,
hindi ko siya nasabi dun sa review ko. Pero aminado. May part na yung humor niya natuwa naman ako. May part na hindi. Especially dun sa medyo last part.
Yeah.
Na siya
parang for me, the first half of Soul Searching, when it was still a road trip, I liked how it's kind of parang expose, or parang pinapakita niya yung number one about the plight of teachers na they're underpaid, sobrang stress, they're working against a system that is built up to work against them. maraming socio-economic factors, chuchubels. And then, yung si Sol kasi, she's very oriented towards the community. She teaches farming methods to her
Yung farmayanan.
yung farmayanan to her students and yung constituents nung ano nila, and she keeps on taking in students kahit na walang tuition or kahit na ano. Once it goes into the second half, parang nawala na ako sa pelikula. It kind of devolves into it shifts its attention from Sol and the two, yung dalawa niyang kasama, to the rest of the people, and it changes from this, this rumination about teaching and ganito to parang exploitation of the dead.
Totoo.
Parang monetization, parang paano siya peperahan. It's a theme that I've seen before in films like Oros and ano yung isa, yung nangangatay siya, Purgatorio. Yung ginagawa nila ng bangketa, yung ano. I liked the ending na medyo ambiguous, but more or less you can figure out what happens at the end of the film. Na kung sino talaga yung nagmamahal kay Sol.
Totoo.
And overall, first half plus second half, it was overall a positive experience for me. DJ, what did you think?
Similar opinion sa'yo, John, na the film lacks unity.
Yeah.
Or coherence at
True,
in
yeah.
terms of tone. Soul Searching is the latest in a long line of Filipino movies about funerals. Madayata natin pangalanan na funeral cinema.
Marami like All for Rent, Patay na si Jesus.
Patay na si Jesus actually.
Patay na si Jesus.
The film I was thinking most of while I was watching this one.
Even nga pauwi na parang may ganun siyang
may pagkano din siya, Chedeng at si Apple, in that they're bringing, well, sa Chedeng is like a head, pero ito buong katawan.
Black comedy.
Black comedy siya.
Tapos, I liked most of the humor, especially yung during the road trip. First half nga, yung mga farmer, topless farmen.
Farmen.
Tapos yung parang yung mga jokes na, oh no you didn't, na they really go there eh. Pero yun nga, pagdating sa second half, parang where did that come from naman yung reaction ko. And in particular, for example, yung si J.M. Salvado, meron siyang voice-over towards the end na bigla na lang nagrereklamo siya na ang mga tao daw, kain kayo ng kain pero ayaw nyo magsaka. Parang it's so contrived na saan nanggaling yun? Na hindi naman siya involved like Sol with farmers. Parang student lang naman talaga siya na may alaga siyang kambing.
It could be argued na farmers yung parents niya, pero medyo may kambing yung parents niya.
Even yung parents niya, medyo vague yung backstory.
That's true eh.
Actually, kasi ngayon naging pinagkwentuhan namin ni DJ nung pauwi na kami last time. Sabi ko, medyo may mga part yung dialogue na I don't know if it's the right term, sloppy yung dialogue. Kasi may mga times na sinasabi, like nung kay JM Salvado, sinabi ni Pokwang ni ano ba ito, nakalimutan ko yun, Miss Lorelai na ano yung sabi niya, kaya ka kinupok or inampon ni Sol kasi pinabayaan ka na ng magulang mo. And then there's a box, parang mayroon siyang parang flashback na pinakita na hindi mo talaga siya totally pinabayaan, sinasaktan pala siya nung parent, diba?
Yeah.
So parang ano ba talaga, parang doon ako naguluhan sa parang medyo may ano sa dialogue. Yun yung nakita ko doon sa film. Ayun.
So actually, katulad ng sinabi mo before, Jim, na hindi naman sa masyadong maraming characters, and at the same time, parang ang dami niyang gustong gawin with all those characters. Overdone lang kasi talaga na
kasi nung during the screening, in-explain ni Bebet Ortesa na si Roman Perez Jr. daw has a parang respect dun sa mga parang small actors. So kaya parang ni-utilize dun sa film. Pero I find it hindi eh. Parang unnecessary na yung ibang characters. Ganon.
Ako yung sino sa inyo yung feel nyo yung pinaka least important to the plot, do you think? Ako yung character ni Joey,
Yes. I agree.
parang although yun nga parang nadadagdagan yung trauma na na-experience ni Sol kasi spoiler alert, medyo minimistreat siya niya si Sol. Parang masyado na siyang medyo umover na siya in terms of dramatic.
Diba there's a scene doon na parang marital rape yung nangyari?
Yes.
Diba yun?
And tapos parang are we supposed to feel kasi siya nagluluksa ngayon, are we supposed to feel pity for this guy? No, I don't think so. So ayun, yung isa pa yung babae, there's a young woman, spoiler na lang kung sino yun, who's at this funeral and she has a very close connection to Sol.
I thought there's a lesbian subtext.
I thought lesbian lovers sila eh.
Oo.
Yun yung implication but hindi pala.
Oo, spoiler alert yun.
Spoiler alert na lang kung sino yun. Okay sana yun pero parang she also wants what's best for her mother pero wala siyang pera. Parang it went nowhere. Ano nangyari sa niya? Yung pinaka positive lang na doon ay yung character na yun, naging teacher siya.
So, the end.
She took Sol's, kumbaga, place in the community. Yun. Do you have any other thoughts about this film?
Naalala ko lang, nahirapan akong panoorin na parte ng pelikula nung nagkarambulan na.
Ay,
Minado din ako. Parang may slow motion pa kasi. So parang, did they really have to do that?
Kasi nung part na yun, parang naging political na siya eh, diba?
That's true, yeah. Yung principal, she was using the wig to
yung principal saka yung kapitan. There's this connection pa yan.
Pinirahan nila even though yung parang it would probably be the very thing that Sol would not want.
Totoo.
For her funeral. Anything else, guys? So should we move on to the next film, which is Mga Anak ng Kamote by Carlo and Ciso Catu. So only DJ and I have te-ate ganun. Ganun.
Head to head in French.
So Mga Anak ng Kamote, it's about this woman living in the mountains. And it's in the future. And planting kamote has been banned for whatever reason. It's clear ba may reason ba kung bakit binan? Parang addictive ba siya?
Parang may news reports showing na parang gustong i-regulate ng government kasi daw they discovered valuable substances from kamote na cure for cancer,
for something.
Parang cancer or basta it became very valuable because of a discovery.
And she lives in this house with her husband, and then one day this husband and another man played by Kiko Matos, they go to the city and they disappear. And so this woman played by Katrina Halili, by the way, she goes to the city to try to find them. And then the film just gets weirder and weirder. Personally, first watch ng Mga Anak ng Kamote, I was really parang ano ba to pinanood ko. Napaka-weird. Pero I like it. It was intriguing. Pero I would be lying to you if I said I totally understood it. Nung nag-usap lang kami ni DJ like a week ago or something about the film kasi he has an interpretation that I like. Dun ko lang nagamay na ganito pala yun. Parang it's kailangan effortan mo siya para kuhanan mo siya ng parang maintindihan mo yung kasi hindi niya i-spell out sa'yo kung ano pala talaga yung nangyari. And it plays with sound and image. So at first akala mo may problema sa sound kasi it's very canned, medyo muffled. Para siyang 1970s na pelikula na non-restored. Tapos once Katrina Halili goes into the city, biglang iba luminaw siya. Yun. So, the sound design is trying to tell you something. Also,
Aspect ratio.
the aspect ratio, when Katrina Halili is in the mountains, the aspect ratio is very boxy. And then it's
Actually, halos vertical eh.
yeah, it's almost vertical. Parang siyang
narrower
cellphone.
than... It's more... It's taller than it is wide eh.
Yeah. And I had to I
Even
had
narrower than the chanters. Yung for
even
the first
narrower.
Yes.
Yeah, it's to the point na kasi yung sa sinihan lumalagpas na yung screen dun sa
When you watch
yung image dun sa screen. So I had to call the theater guys na palakihin nila yung screen kasi may curtains yan, di ba? Para makita mo lahat. So they ended up, instead of doing that, of course, parang Three Stooges, they resized the projection para makita mo yung buong thing. So parang kunyari itong I'm pointing out this parang kunyari ito yung movie screen. Parang ito lang yung projection, the whole projection.
So, do you mean na merong issue sa post-prod or what?
No, sadyan nila yung aspect ratio din.
Okay, I see.
So, parang the aspect ratio changing is reflective of Katrina Halili and hopefully the audience's realization to the truth. Kasi the film now that I've parang thought about it, kasi when I reviewed it, parang hindi pa fully digested or fully metabolized yung thoughts ko. Now that I've thought about it a bit more, it's a film about truth.
Okay.
Also, parang fake news, how we are influenced by sound and image to believe something that may or may not be true. Yun. May yung pagka-mindfuck siya, pero I really like, parang looking back, I really like the way it progressed. It's a very polarizing film. Maraming sasabihin yan, hindi ko naman na-gets to. Pero I understand the people who like this film a lot. DJ, would you like to share your thoughts about this film?
Ayun nga, I really enjoyed this film. Sa simula pa lang even yung sa first act na very narrow pa yung aspect ratio niya. It's a common comment about this film na it works best as a mystery drama.
Yeah.
I think most people will agree on that part at least. Tapos, I was genuinely surprised na nung second act and then third act, yun it goes somewhere very different. Pero to me, it was still unified. Kasi it brings you along you as the audience, it brings you along to that journey na mas malaki pala to kaysa sa inasahan mo. Ano ba yun, si General Luna ba yun? Mas malaki pa to kaysa sa sa'yo. But I think it really hinges on that, on you having a theory of what it is all about.
Yes.
And to me, it is about truth. It is about opening up, waking up to a bigger reality. Parang The Matrix in a way, expanding your horizons, knowing what's behind the shadows in the cave, ganyan siya yung kamote, parang for most of the film pwede mo siyang palitan ng marijuana, parang palitan mo yung
or drugs,
kamote, or drugs. So parang it still relates to that theme kasi parang mind-altering drug siya So parang it's all in the mind. Ganun yung Inception,
Sanay ko rin na
kumbaga ganong yung plasticity ng thoughts natin, ng memories natin. Ganon siya And it's a science fiction film.
Yes.
One of two science fiction films in this festival. To be fair, ang ToFarm, ito yata yung pinakamaraming science fiction film per festival
as a way of rebelling against the constraint yata.
Parang guys, this is a festival about farming. Tapos parang in the future, there will be no farming. Ganun yun sila
Sana si Katrina Halili yung performance niya.
Mahilig talaga mag-subvert yung mga writers na parang, farming kailangan rural.
No. This is a futuristic farming environment with robots. Ganun.
Pero again, in Kamote's defense, sobrang smooth nung sci-fi element niya. Kasi it's really just about setting the atmosphere. And speaking of atmosphere, this is probably the most atmospheric film you'll watch in the Philippines all
This year.
I would go so far as to say that na yun nga, yung mystery drama first act niya.
Yeah.
And then, a common complaint na yun nga pagdating sa second act and further, na sabi nila, bakit kailangan maging political yung movie? And for me, hindi siya diversion, hindi siya mali kasi kung yung theme nga niya is post-truth, realization, waking up, hindi ba yun yung isa sa mga main concerns ng political atmosphere natin yun about
lalo na ngayon
questioning truth?
We're in a post-truth society.
Yeah, totoo.
And Jim, you asked earlier about Katrina Halili's performance. It was okay.
It was okay and it was amplified dun sa first act na very narrow yung frame kasi parang puro mukha lang niya yung makikita.
Yeah, sobrang close-up eh.
Sobrang close-up.
And masasabi ko rin na hindi ko alam kung sadya, pero medyo orange yung itsura niya.
Ay,
dahil ewan ko sa bronzer siguro.
Kasi production ng Signal Rock.
Baka same makeup artist.
Same makeup artist siguro.
Tanong natin kay Elora mamaya. Charot lang. Yun nga. Pero malay mo, dahil sobra siyang kumakain ng kamote, meron siyang orange pigmentation of the skin. Pero wala na. Theory ko lang yun. Any more thoughts on mga anak ng kamote, guys? A very interesting film. It could be worth its own episode. One day we might try to get back to this film if it's shown again. Any more thoughts? No? Okay, let's go to the second science fiction film of this farming film festival. Alimuom by Keith Sikat. It's in the future where farming is banned. So most of the population of the Philippines lives under these biodomes.
Let's ask Elora nga. So let's ask Elora sa next.
Yeah, let's ask her in the next
natin episode. Kasi she might join us.
Tinintindi. Okay.
We haven't invited yet, but we plan on.
Elora, please join us again. We'd like to talk with you again. So in this future, Ina Fileo is like a scientist.
Yes.
And she receives like this invitation from the government. And the agent is Epi Quezon, if I'm not mistaken, to investigate this weird seed that he found. So they investigate it together and they find out about this mutant strain of plant that could change the farming world forever. So Alimuom,
wait, I want to go first.
sige, DJ, go.
Kasi if you look at the poster of this film, it promises an action-packed film na sci-fi.
She's pointing her gun at the screen.
She has a gun. Pero I think si Jim yata yung nag-mention na it turns out to be more like Arrival pala.
Oo. Kasi di ba nung I made parang short review, parang lang, gusto ko lang short thoughts about Alimuong. Hindi napansin pala nila. I never thought. Even Ina Fileo. So, kasi parang ang nakita ko kasi doon na unique and striking is yung performance nga ni Ina Fileo. Kasi for me, it's very unique in a Philippine cinema to watch a female, diba, lead in a sci-fi.
In a sci-fi film.
In a sci-fi genre.
Sci-fi pa lang, parang sobrang rare na nasa Filipino cinema.
Rare talaga siya.
Then a female-led sci-fi film in Filipino cinema. It's even rarer.
Though it's like we're seeing a resurgence. Ay, nga pala, nito na ako. I've joined the podcast. Though I haven't seen Alimuom, pero I think we're seeing a resurgence na female-led sci-fi, diba? Like, we've seen Arrival, and right now, Terminator, it's coming back again with Mackenzie Davis as the lead. There's also the Alien films, diba? Alien...
Sigourney Weaver.
Not Alien, sorry. The Prometheus set of films. The prequels, diba? Catherine Waterston, Numir Pace.
It's... go on, Jim.
Yun nga, kasi nung napapanood ko yung performance ni Ina Fileo, fascinated talaga ako because parang I was watching a combination of parang sabi ko nga nun, Sigourney Weaver in Alien, and then Amy Adams in Arrival. Parang may pagkakarian mo in The Matrix. Kasi may parang sexy siya eh. Diba? Hindi niya ini-imply na sexy siya, but the way na yung characterization niya, hindi napapansin na, uy, sexy to, intelligent, gano'n.
Is this Ina Fileo's first movie role in how many years?
I think ito yung first na lead niya kasi more on supporting siya.
Nandun siya sa Paki.
She was in Paki.
Nasa Paki siya.
Yeah.
Pero supporting lang.
Yeah, she was pero it can be argued na sino nga bang supporting at sino ang lead.
Sa Paki.
Yeah, kasi it's an ensemble film, diba?
True.
Though maybe si Dexter Doria na yung
Pinaka-lead na.
And everyone else
but it's really an ensemble, so she had a hefty role naman, hindi naman siya like supporting lang talaga.
In terms of parang visual aesthetic, this film reminds me a lot of David Lynch's Dune film from 1984.
Hindi ko napanood yan, David Lynch. Napanood ko sa kanya, Well at Heart lang napanood yata sa kanya.
Yeah, it's parang cult classic siya na sci-fi eh. And parang ironically or parang bagay din na that the Dune was trying to get off the success of Star Wars, but instead of being a very actiony film, Dune is more parang political intrigue, cerebral stuff. So parang ganun din ish yung nangyari sa Alimuom. Also, may parang kapag ka cyberpunk siya. Kaya tinawag ko siyang Blade Farmer 2049.
Ang ganda, waiting na.
Di ba, Blade Farmer?
Yeah.
Considering that the visual effects of Alimuom were done by like 3 people, this is an extremely impressive effort.
Third world film, but pretty good visuals, except especially yung parang hovercraft thingy.
Yes,
yun parang wow, talaga may ganun tayo.
I hope they show that sa Centenary or sa UPFI kasi I haven't seen it, and I'm as a huge sci-fi fan, as a huge genre fan, I hate myself for not getting to catch that.
The big visuals, some of the yung mga production design elements, yung mga screens, mga display screens.
Kasi knowing na si Leroy nyo yung diba?
Yeah.
Siya yung nag-design eh. Kaya talagang alam na natin magaling na talaga.
So, in general, I liked parang points for effort talaga sa Alimuom.
Fairness. To be fair.
The thing about Alimuom is similar to another sci-fi film from ToFarm, Instalado. Both films, they try to establish this complex world. They try to world build for most of the film. And then in both films, there is a minor parang there's a thing that could challenge the structure of this world or challenge this world forever. Instalado kinda parang ginawa niyang twist ending yung idea na yun. In Alimuom, parang there is nandun yung opportunity pero hindi siya nag-come into fruition as solidly as I thought it should have. Parang inisip ko baka pwede na magka-revolution dito. Kasi for most of the film they were talking about revolutionary farmers. They were talking about restoring farming to what it used to be. In fairness, farming naman talaga siya. Pero sci-fi lang.
Make farming great again ba ito?
Yeah, make farming great again. Diba? Tapos, pero parang there's only the promise of it. Walang follow through unless may Alimuom Alimuom 2071 ganun. Ewan ko lang, pero yun nga parang it's if this is the only Alimuom film we have, parang it's parang bitin siya.
Bitin talaga.
It really feels like para siyang the first installment of a
trilogy,
young adult sci-fi trilogy.
In fairness, yun din yung vibes.
Kasi it's very
young adult siya talaga.
I guess in the sense na it's very conventional yung sci-fi aspect niya. The plot, it goes through very traditional sci-fi directions.
Yeah. Tapos gusto ko rin sana if they wanted to go the technical route, gusto ko sanang I wish they would have explored more parang hydroponics, would they cultivate this, the science.
Martian.
Diba? If they went to the science of planting these
Kamote
or these crops, parang it would have made an equally interesting film. Pero parang other than alam mo yun, nilagyan lang nila ng tae yung
In fairness.
yung soil, parang there was not little else. To be fair, the scientific like jargon or technobabble that they say in the dialogue, it's solid. Parang it's believable. Juma-jargon sila. Pero yun nga, if this film could have gone two ways. If they went to the revolutionary side, they could have challenged this world. Pero yun nga, biting. If they went to the technical side, like a lot of like The Martian or a lot of other films, mga Japanese films, they would have gone into the minutiae of trying to grow crops again in this sterile environment. I think it could have been also a good film, pero hindi rin nila masyadong follow through with that. So, yun lang yung not really big disappointments for me, pero overall I still enjoyed the film.
So parang it could have been better lang, like.
Yeah, could have been better.
Feeling ko pala nandito kasi si Kiko
Matos, yeah.
Tapos yung name ng character niya is Agent K.
So
I wonder if parang reference yata talaga siya to Men in Black or
Kiko Matos from Tres? The villain of Tres?
Yes. Nasa Tres siya as a villain.
Yeah. Tres.
Among other films. We'll talk about that later.
Yeah. For foreshadowing of our discussion on Tres in the future.
Later, watch out for that. Did you think, di ba may agent J? May agent J din?
Agent B ba yun?
Simon
Confiado.
Agent B.
Sino si Agent G?
Yun yung hindi pinakita.
Siya yung namatay.
Spoiler.
Spoiler alert. Sorry guys.
Not quite actually, not quite.
Pero
Hindi
yun.
siya spoiler. Pero may siya. May contribution siya sa story.
And there's Men in Black reference maybe. Mostly visually, yun nga. Yung visual na hatak ko dito comes for me from June.
And Blade Runner, I think.
Blade Runner
kasi yung
also.
cityscapes.
Yeah.
And yung may image doon na may parang pyramidic.
It's like that big
Yung Ministry of Agriculture supposedly parang it looks like yung very Blade Runner, yung architecture nung
parang siya yung sa Blade Runner.
Okay.
Yung headquarters nung whatever company
Ni Jared Leto.
Yes.
Now, are we talking about the new one or the...
Well, either way, it works.
Yeah.
It
Same
works.
naman yung building.
They have similar monolithic buildings.
Yeah, true. I was thinking of the pyramid ni Jared Leto right now. He has a big...
Also, Elora's character here, I'm not gonna say who
Has a sword.
Has a sword? More like a staff.
Yun yung napag-usapan namin
More like a sword staff thingy. Let's ask Elora when
napag-usapan namin ni DJ nung last time kasi
she has friends with swords. But I'm not gonna... It's a spoiler. She has friends with swords.
hindi naman to offend, but nung napanood ko yung part na ni Elora, parang gusto kong tumawa ng malakas. I want to laugh so hard kasi parang iba yung na-expect ko doon sa character niya.
The opinions of...
Sabihin mo yan sa next episode.
Sabihin mo kay Loren na wala.
Pero sige, spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert.
Yung character, diba, yung Ina Fileo's character is strong. Tapos nung bilang, diba, yung kakita niya kay Ina Fileo, sabi niya, hi ate. So parang, okay. Parang iba yung expectation ko. Iba yung nasa isip ko dun sa character
parang sobrang
niya.
na-build up kasi na sobrang badass nung character ni Espanyo.
Parang sige, about her character, parang merong parang may juxtaposition, hindi naman juxtaposition, may contrast yung names nila. Si Ina is Diwata, di ba? And Elora is Esper. So they're both like variations of a parang spirit. ganon. And if you look at Elora's, parang yung profile niya doon sa picture, parang may pagka-little Red Riding Hood-ish.
With a sword.
With a sword, sword staff, or whatever
With
weapon
a sword.
it is.
Yun talaga ano ko eh.
Saka may compressor tube sa ilong.
I wonder though,
Muroami.
I wonder if yung filmmakers, they've seen some of Mamoru Oshii's live action films like Avalon or yung ano nga ba yung series niya, yung may mga babae may baril ng higante. Ewan ko nakita niyo na yun eh. Basta si Mamoru Oshii na live action. Hanapin niyo.
Okay.
I'm googling right now.
Assault Girls yata yung isa. Very similar in terms of design aesthetic.
Tapos yun ngayon, sinabi ko kay DJ, when we talk about nga yun, sa character ni Elora, parang at the end naman na-realize ko, okay, kasi parang binalance rin naman ng character ni Elora, yung the way na badass nga yung character.
Yeah, para silang ano eh, para silang yin and yang eh.
Gets ko very Rob Liefeld. I mean, with the pockets and the
With
bullets.
pockets like kind of, they're like tubes.
Yeah, basically cable from the 90s.
Parang ganon-ish.
Cable the comic character.
Yeah, X-Force cable.
Not so much pockets as parang parang capes.
Yeah.
Yung suot ni Elora looks like a still suit from Dune. Para siyang para siyang bodysuit na maraming tubes. In that film, that suit is suited for people use that suit to survive in desert environments. So I can see kung if they use that film as an inspiration, pwedeng doon nila pinagkuhanan. Diba?
Saka may sinabi sa akin si DJ, no, na yung parang sa opening, di ba, nung film, opening scene, parang lost in translation. Which is I agree as well.
Actually, yung first shot of Inafileo, parang she's lying in a bed, looking away from the camera, tapos emphasized yung profile niya, yung curves ng body niya.
May pagkano kaya to? Parang lost in translation, ganun.
In space, charet.
In space. Di ba ganun yung opening shot ng Lost in Translation? It's Scarlett Johansson lying in bed with her back towards the camera, di ba? And nakapanty din. Nakapanty sila pareho, di ba?
In a way, kasi may subplot yung Alimom about long-distance relationships.
Yes.
Yeah.
Na it's a commentary on OFW relationships today.
Yeah.
Ganun, it's a parallel na...
So, since nga I haven't seen the film, from what I'm hearing, it's like very dense, no?
Yes. It's a very... Maraming pinag-isipan yung gumawa.
It's a dense world.
You can feel the thoughtfulness.
Yes.
The pre-prod work that went into it.
Tapos, yun nga, it talks about a lot of things. It's, there's a I think it's a Mexican science fiction film, 2012 film that I saw. It deals with, it's just as densely packed kasi may world building din siya.
Nacho Libre?
No, it's called it's Alex Rivera's Sleep Dealer. It's about parang it tries to talk about the Mexican immigration thing using sci-fi as so parang they're in Mexico or whatever country it is. They're living in a poor country na nakadam off yung tubig nila, which is a rich reservoir of water. Parang sila naghihirap. So they have to work in America remotely.
Ganda.
So parang they connect to like rigs, tapos they pilot machines.
I'm reading the synopsis right now and I'm gonna look for legal means to watch this.
Yes, hashtag legal means.
Yeah.
Sa another commentary aspect of it na dystopian film siya, pero the government sa Alimom, parang they're not as cruel as the usual dystopian governments are portrayed.
Yeah.
But it turns out na one of the worst things about the government in Alimom is ang bagal pa rin ng sistema nila.
Yeah, bureaucracy is really effing slow. Parang nag-request si Ina ng something. Tries to go through the channels, di ba?
Parang hindi na nga siya sci-fi at that point eh. Parang real life.
Parang naging commentary siya on
procurement,
bureaucracy, yan. Yun din. So parang siya, it's social science fiction. Kumbaga, science fiction is social. So, So, any other thoughts about Alimuom?
Nung napag-usapan din namin ni DJ.
Yeah.
Ano naman?
Di ba yung long distance relationship nila ni Ina Fileo and Carl Medina? Kasi baka Ina Fileo kanyari sa isang taon, kay Carl Medina it's 5 years. So, parang not interstellar. Pero ewan ko lang yung ganun.
They take into account parang time dilation.
Ayan.
Pero hindi...
Relativity
yung mga nakapag-physics dyan.
Interstellar, di ba? May ganun aspect yung Interstellar na...
Pero hindi naman ganun katanda si Carl Medina kumpara kay Ina, di ba? Hindi naman siya mukhang matanda. Hindi. Actually, dapat si Ina Fileo yung matanda while si Carl yung bata. Kasi Carl Medina's the one traveling FTL.
I mean, sa kanya, 5 years
in light speed.
Ina Fileo, yun.
Pero, I don't know, parang weird niya. Pero, I guess hindi nila masyadong ma-makeup yun or something. Meron din silang parang cyber sex.
Ayun.
Pero naubusan ng load si Ina Fileo.
So ganun parang would you use the word campy na may part siya na
I would say yeah. Kasi may parts nga siya na medyo campy.
Maybe bar scene na if you know Joyan Santos, nandun siya.
Yun. It's
futuristic ano ba to? Bar.
It's a bar scene.
Oo, in fairness, yung bar scene na yun.
Na fine, it's like parang sa warehouse lang siya na naglagay lang silang bar stuff.
Sa akin may part na sinabi di ba si Ina Fileo.
Hidden bar kaya yun.
Sinabi di ba part na si Ina Fileo na parang nababasa niya yung parang nararamdaman. Parang may magaganon siyang part nung nagkatingin na siya. Parang ba to lesbian subjects na kayo? Gano'n.
Baka may telepathic bar, gano'n.
Actually, gawin yun parang siya dead end. Hindi nila pinursu, pero interesting.
Yun. So, Alimuom guys, or Blade Farmer 2040 na. Let's tanungin natin si Laura about more of that film.
Yeah, and Jim, pakiulit sinabi mo na na natawa ka sa character.
Pag naman.
Hi, Laura. The opinions of... Do not
Kasi parang iba lang
reflect.
expectation ko about the character. Ayun, diba?
So, guys, last and not least,
Definitely not the least.
Definitely not the least. We have Tanabata's Wife. So all four of us have seen this film.
Yeah.
This is a film set in I think it's in the 1930s.
Yeah, or 20s.
Or 20s.
Yeah.
It's about this community of Japanese migrant workers who basically built a lot of the infrastructure in the mountain province, especially mga Cannon Road. They helped build it. And Tanabata, this one guy, he falls in love with this Ibaloy woman.
Yeah.
And they form a relationship together. But this Ibaloy woman is lured by the lights of the city and conflict ensues. This is based on a short story written in that era by Sinai Hamada. And Sinai Hamada is a Japanese Filipino. He's the son of a Filipino and a Japanese person. And it's basically like a film about cross-cultural relations.
Interracial.
There's also interracial.
Interracial, sorry naman. Cross-cultural nga, sorry.
This film, rated.
Napaghata yung genre natin.
Biglang na-shift ang genre natin.
Sorry naman.
Interracial. So, sige, ako naman na. I really love this film. It's one of the best films of 2018.
Totoo.
It's such a lush, technically accomplished film in all aspects. It even in its construction, it's also a melding of cultures. It uses the visual styles of Japanese filmmakers like Yasujiro Ozu, Akira Kurosawa.
Even the music, actually.
Even the music.
Like the music was, it's like a reconciliation rin of the music of the North and yung Japanese na
yung
string instruments. Yung parang
like shamisen music or something.
Ang ganda ng blend din.
It's a very simple, kumbaga, it's a very, very simple story about, this guy falls in love with a girl. But both of them are going against cultural norms. So the Japanese guy, he's not, although he's trying to, impose some of his Japanese customs on the girl, hindi naman there's no marriage ceremony. Right? There's no Ibaloy or Japanese marriage ceremony. He lets his wife do what she wants to do. and he's genuinely heartbroken when the conflict starts. On the other hand, the female, she marries this offlander, this Japanese guy. Again, she doesn't undergo a normal wedding. She gives a Japanese name to her child.
Na naging conflict.
Yeah, which also is a source of conflict. And parang yun, they're both trying to cross over.
Yeah.
It's a crossing over.
Reconcile their backgrounds and what's expected of them.
Yeah.
No, their backgrounds and what's expected of them by their partner. So it's good na mention na it's really a cross of cultures. Kasi if you notice, di ba in Japanese culture, the women, they really take I mean, even before, it's like a role of servitude.
Once they're married, they're homemakers.
Yeah. While naman, if you look at the culture of she's a bontok woman, di ba?
Bontok woman, yeah.
Di ba nga there's a documentary ba yun? Walang rape
sa bontok.
Na actually the women of the bontok are really empowered. They have empowered roles in the community. So it's like you're looking at cultures that are beyond the norm pa nga, kasi their norms are at the extremes, so tawag doon. Like the bontok are more empowered than usual women in the Philippines, and the Japanese as a culture, the women are more in para sa mga kanyan, para more in servitude, or they occupy there's a bigger imbalance between the male and female roles in the relationship. So trying to not just meet halfway pero go to the other side, as you mentioned. I think that really causes a lot of conflict, and it's play rin siya on the idea na love conquers all, kasi diba that's always been an idea na basta we love each other, kaya natin. Pero what if your upbringing, like who you are, it's really
it goes against
the sum of your relationship. So
the reason why I use the term crossing over is also rooted in the names of the characters. Fasang means to cross over.
Okay.
And I'm not sure if sinadya sina Hamada, Tanabata, the name, it's also the name of a Japanese festival of the stars, about two star-crossed lovers. And they light up these lanterns, they light up a path so that the two lovers can meet again. So it's very meaningful in term, it's very symbolic, it's very meaningful words, even in their names. Yun. So guys, what else? Jim?
Ako, nung napanood ko yung Tanabata, feel ko na talaga, heavily influenced talaga to ng Japanese film, especially si Ozu. Kasi, di ba dun sa room pag nagkakaroon sila ng conversation yung Tanabata and si Fasang, the way na yung camera or yung framing, it's very, very Ozu. Kaya sabi ko, ang ganda.
Yeah, meaning it's shot in a way na parang nakaupo ka with them, or even if not, parang very symmetrical yung mga.
Yes.
Additional context. Kaya pala ako wala the past weeks rin. I was in the mountains in Mount Imugan. So these are also Bontok people. So I was documenting them for a project. And they were also sharing nga talaga na actually back then, if we think that the Japanese back then were like a top race, hindi. They actually came to the Philippines to work for us.
Yeah, they were contracted by the Americans to work as labor. Kasi magaling daw sila magtrabaho.
So it's like it's how we do it nowadays. Now we go to other countries to work for them. That's how the Japanese were. So the Japanese in the film were not mga altas of society. They were actually
OFW sila eh.
They're
Parang
OFW
sa Chinese, di ba yung ganito kami noon? Makikita mo yun.
Yeah.
Na-mention yun actually din sa film eh. Parang they were talking about some of yung Japanese characters. Parang they were talking na some of them died while building Cannon Road.
Yes.
So may ganong reference.
Jim, anything else to add?
Siguro sa I think kaya I mentioned it kasi it highlights na them treating women as like second-class citizens, it's not just a privilege of their position, but really kahit the lower rungs of society in Japan at the time, ganun talaga. It's a cultural, it's a facet of their culture na no matter what class you are, women should be, kung mababa ka na, mas mababa pa yung babae sa'yo.
Parang here, they're parang equals sila eh. There's parang hindi naman they're trying to reconcile yung ano nila eh.
Yeah.
DJ, any thoughts about this film?
Overall thought ko, well, before, when we were anticipating to farm before, parang na-mention ka na, I was most excited about Tanabata's Wife because of Charles Ong.
Yeah.
Parang,
Who? Sorry?
Charles Ong. I think siya yung, sa kanya nagsimula yung project eh. Kasi he started with a screenplay and then later on he hired or started to work with Choi Panglinan and Lito Kasahe.
Lito Kasahe, yeah. So, Lito Kasahe is like a playwright?
So, well, curious ako kasi si Charles Ong is a novelist. Parang literary person siya. So, parang I was curious about how a literary person would make a film in the Philippines. And yung final product is Tanabata's Wife is a film made by academics and professors. Even the actor, di ba? Professor din siya, di ba?
Disclaimer.
Hindi ko nang alam. Pero si Sir Choi talaga. I see him in campus and teacher siya ng ibang classmates ko.
And, well, yun nga, Tanabata's Wife is made by academics and professor types. And it feels like it. Na it's a very sophisticated film in a literary and esoteric, erudite way.
Yeah.
And you can see it from the way it's restrained eh. Parang simple story, but it tells it in a very sublime, restrained, sophisticated way.
Sublime.
The music, the compositions, the visual.
Totoo, the compositions.
Framing.
It's a really, really excellent film for me. It's probably it's probably my favorite ToFarm film in all of the years I've seen this festival. Not to say I've seen all of the ToFarm films, but I've seen all except like 3 or 4 films. Pero I think Tanabata's Wife is my favorite ToFarm film. And it's kind of about farming too, so medyo swak din sa ano.
Me too.
It's farming, you know. Well, technically, lahat naman sila about farming. Ano ba yung pinaka-tenuous na ano? Wala naman eh. Kahit yung instalado, farmers naman sila. So yun, Tanabata's Wife. Any last thoughts about Tanabata's Wife?
Total na banggit naman kanina yung Alimuum.
Yeah.
Ang observation ko lang with Alimuum and Tanabata's Wife is may feminist rin siya, touch siyang
Yes.
lakas ng feminism.
Here, the tribal woman is not some subservient, parang savage, ganon. She is a woman with her own thoughts and feelings, sophisticated. She likes arts, music, ganon. She wants independence. She's fiercely independent. But she's also a mother, and she's also a wife to her husband.
And debut ba ito niya, no? Who's the actress? Sorry.
Mai
Panglayan. Yeah.
Is this her debut ba?
I think it's her debut. I think she starred in a few shorts, maybe. I'm not sure. She didn't. She joined a friend to audition for this film. Yung friend yung nag-audition. Tapos nung nakita niya si Mai Panglayan, sinabihan siya na, sige, mag-audition ka na rin.
Okay.
So she ended
parang
up
Johnny Depp.
she ended up getting the job.
She's I think she's our age. Kasi kabatch siya nung classmate ko ngayon sa...
Maybe your age, guys. I'm old na eh. Pero thank you for the thought.
Ano siya, kabatch siya nung classmate ko right now sa ME. From Baguio talaga.
Interesting, yeah.
From Baguio talaga. So,
and Tanabata's wife's husband, ganun eh. Tanabata is a I think he's Singapore based.
Professor siya, right?
Professor siya eh.
talaga, professor.
So talagang it's a film made by academics talaga.
That's why pala Ozu.
Very restrained direction, great cinematography.
Also, I don't watch as many Japanese films as you do, John. Pero at least yung parang first 30 minutes of the film, sobrang Japanese film siya
It feels like a Japanese
As
film.
in, it feels like a
And then
Japanese film as you watch it.
when the story comes to focus more on Pasaang, naging ano na siya, naging indigenous something na siya. So parang
May iba na yung treatment niya.
the film itself is as cross-cultural as the characters are.
Yes.
Parang sobrang hybrid niya na.
So it transcends the layers. I mean,
Yeah.
yung pagiging cross-cultural niya from the narrative to the technical aspects.
Yeah, considering that this is a film made by three directors, it's amazing.
Amazing talaga.
Cross-cultural nila.
Cross-cultural, pati yung director. Ganun. Parang crossing cultures from literary studies to film to, plays or whatever.
Sabi nga di ba ng isang film enthusiast or critic, tatlo silang director pero hindi siya kalat-kalat.
Yeah, hindi siya kalat at all. So, yun. When we talk about our top 10 films of the year, maybe in December, watch out for this.
Tres, Jacqueline comes home.
The Made in London. Charot. So, okay, overall thoughts about the festival. Personally, I like this. This is a very strong lineup of films. Even yung mga pangit na films, I found some. Hindi ba pangit? Sorry. The films that I didn't like so much.
Someone's
Very
gonna cut out
diplomatic.
lines.
Somebody's gonna get blacklisted. Joke lang. Even the films that I didn't like as much, they had something good. And I could watch most of them, probably all of them again. And points for most of them for being imaginative, being ambitious. Parang kumpara sa mga pelikula ng ibang festival dyan, I probably won't mention the other festivals. Pero yun nga, compared in terms of parang imagination, there are some films here that are they try to push the boundaries of what we can do with a concept, or like farming.
Pushing what we can do with this constraint of
Yeah.
farming.
Creatively, it's creatively, ano ba yun?
Refreshing.
Creatively refreshing, creatively nurturing, I guess, also.
Nurturing, growing.
Growing, like plants, like farming.
Actually, I agree with you. Kasi talagang interesting and intriguing din yung mga, yung movies ngayon sa ToFarm. And talagang ibang level na siya compare with the previous ToFarm, di ba? Knowing na hindi naman sinano natin, pero small film festival lang itong ToFarm Film Festival.
I think the films are a good harvest.
Isa ka talaga dito, nakita natin yung farm.
Matagal na pag-isipan ni DJ yan siguro.
I like this pun-based reviewing.
Yeah. So we'd say, in bloom ba ngayon?
In bloom, yeah.
In season.
In season.
Kumbaga dito sa film, nakita talaga natin yung farming, unlike with the previous films na hindi masyadong nakita.
In terms of growing their films, the filmmakers had a green thumb.
I think we have to thank the yung support na yung good fertilizer. Needed na. Tama na.
Guys.
Tama na.
Moons never glow this color. Hearts have never been this close.
Welcome back to Third World Cinema Club. So in this section of Third World Cinema Club, we will be talking about Black Sheep's inaugural film, Exes Baggage, directed by Dan Villegas. It charts the relationship of Nix and Pia, two lovers who fell in love, then broke up, and then see each other again at a mutual friend's party.
Siguro right from the start, we could already see na this is a spoiler discussion kasi it's hard. I think it's hard to.
Yeah, it's hard to discuss without spoilers.
Yeah, and by the fact na we already mentioned na they meet each other, na broken up na sila.
Well, yeah, parang from the name, excess baggage,
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, that's right.
Kasi the synopsis frames it as them having problems with their exes.
Yeah, so it's actually.
So I think by the mere fact that we already discussed na they meet each other after them breaking up, let's make this a spoiler discussion.
Okay, so Jim, what did you think about excess baggage?
Nakakatuloy ako. I find it okay.
Okay.
Okay siya. Kasi nung pinanood namin to ng best friend ko, we're talking about it as well. So sabi namin, parang hindi siya, walang bago dun sa ino-offer yung film. Kasi napapanood na natin to na Dan Villegas film, gano'n. Tapos, syempre, nagdala talaga ng film sila Angelica Panganiban and Carlo Aquino.
It helps na ex-lovers yung dalawa.
Yun,
May intertextuality.
Yun nangyari, di ba? And hindi pa naman sila ulit, di ba?
Yeah.
Just saying, wow.
Saka ano kasi siya, parang like, hype dun siya because of
that
90s, sila, kids.
And probably because of that hype, first day, halos sold out lahat.
Yeah.
They had to, nagbawas sila ng theaters for other films just to accommodate the sheer number of people.
And just to answer then Jim's comment na it's okay lang, it's like middling. The feeling ko lang
Pikme, gano'n.
parang
Pikme.
it's like diba kasi it instead of banking on extremes like let's say that thing called Dalhana na puro hugot or even meet hingalin na extreme situations, them never meeting. It's really just what would happen. It's like may parang everyman quality siya na this actually the reality na many breakups or many relationships dissolve because of people not reconciling who they actually are and who they want to be for a relationship. So feeling ko lang they in order to bolster ba yung relatability, it's relatable, sorry, to in place of the hugot or yung parang mga other draws, they really banked on the intertextuality na of Cargel na ito ginamit ng draw instead of yung mga post na screen cap.
DJ.
I agree with the common comment na Exes Baggage doesn't really bring anything new to the table.
Yeah.
It doesn't say anything new about relationships. And I think it's actually aware about that naman. Pero about the way it's actually written, the way it actually tells its story, I appreciate na it's sort of non-linear.
Yeah.
Yep.
Na at least that part it makes it more interesting to watch.
For me nga may parang yung form niya deliberate siya kasi it's like it's a relationship, the film is framed as a relationship post-mortem. And diba how do you do post-mortems or if you are post
sa post-mortem.
if galing ka sa breakup, diba you look back at at the memories of what went wrong or parang what could have been done differently. So kasi ganun yung ganun yung pagkaka-vignette niya na in between their awkward present day interactions, you're flashing back to how they began from the motions. Kasi una parang it's going through the motions lang may meet cute, may pa nga yung magsusot ang suit bigla, yung cleans up nicely, yung the tropes of how they came together. Tapos it becomes yung the reality of maintaining a relationship with two differing personas ba? Hindi.
Yeah.
It's more of it's more of really them trying to fit the mold even if hindi talaga sila.
Yeah, about them being opposites, I think may point ka dun na they not really opposites but complementary personalities. Dun sa review ko sa Present Confusion, I talked about how the film used their living spaces to translate parang who they are as people. Parang yung workshop ni Carlo Aquino or ni Nix is very messy, lived in, while yung mga condos ni Angelica or ni Pia, they're very clean, Spartan, wala masyadong furniture. Well, may furniture pero hindi kalat. Ganon.
Akala ko like tawag dito homage lang ito like crazy
ganun
furniture designers.
Parang
si Anton Yelkin.
Parang in that sense.
Felicity Jones.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, in that.
Sorry, that's a nice metaphor na.
In that sense, parang excess baggage is parang kumbaga sa pagdodoktor is parang history and physical exam ng isang relationship. Parang you're trying to see the details of what went through with these two people, what caused them to fall in love, what caused them to break apart, and it's not one big thing. It's a bunch of little things. Parang may catalyst lang that set off the chain reaction of bad things that happen. And it's also about like going back to the concept of spaces. It's trying to find a space for someone else. Parang including someone else in your life. And if it's a good fit or not.
Sorry, going back to that metaphor, yung condo kasi ni Pia, no? Or Angelica, hindi naman siya doon nag-start kasi when they first met, she still lived with a cousin.
She's living with
so parang,
someone else.
I think that still fits in din sa metaphor kasi parang she's the one who tried to adapt more to the relationship.
True.
Parang she emptied up herself kaya yung empty condo niya.
And she tried to isama dun si...
Actually, that's true. Kasi yung persona sila, di ba? Si Carlo, he came from
stock siya
and gagalang siya sa isang long-term relationship. So, it's really siya yung baguhan ba tawag? Hindi, siya yung less experience in having multiple relationships. While si Angelica is the one who's been in 7 relationships, trying to adapt every time na anong problema ko, ako ba may mali? O why do I have to keep changing myself for
bakit ba ako? Kulang na ng ganun line.
So parang feeling ko rin siya. It's like siguro what I like about it, it's like the journey or the conflict is actually very internal. Kasi like example kay Carlo, yung pag hindi nila pagtugma ni Angelica, it's really the fallout of him. Even if he says, even if genuine siya na I love you for who you are, pero if yung type talaga niya na even his mother would say na
bagay kayo,
na si Carlo, he's really as a person, he's restrictive. He's restrained. Habang si Angelica, it's like this. So even if he's trying to change himself for to accept Angelica, yung yung parang
nature pa rin.
The nature forcing your hand, forcing yourself to go against your nature really can cause conflict. So it's really the fallout of a relationship is really based on if you're able to overcome your own battles. And likewise kay Angelica, it's like it's like her problem is insecurities. Like kasi she's been in multiple relationships. Right now again, feel niya ang tanga-tanga niya for her past mistakes. And she hopes Carlo will accept her. Pero what if hindi? What if Carlo doesn't like her for who she is and is trying to fit her into a mold? So kumbaga
parang may insecurities.
Insecurity. And what if these insecurities are proven right? Kumbaga kasi diba, again, spoiler discussion, they are proven right na at the end of it all, though mahal siya ni Carlo, he still has a preference or
may parang lingering feelings,
lingering
or attachment,
excess baggage.
May excess baggage
siya sa kay Dwayne, to the kind of person Dwayne was na baka mas tugma sa kanya.
There is parang if you guys have experienced before a relationship, an intense relationship with someone else. Don't know if you can relate, pero and then you start trying to yung nangangapa ka trying to fall in love again. You can relate to this feeling of parang how can I let go of my past relationship in order to make this relationship work.
And since we're bringing like siguro past and siguro why I kind of understand it kasi parang being a person who's been in multiple relationships.
Humble brag. Joke.
It's like even if you love the person you're with right now, it's inevitable na you compare like yung merits of the current, what are the merits of the past. And of course you keep that internally.
Yes.
And you try to mitigate or you try to reconcile that with your current partner. Pero syempre there's a fear pa rin na yung current partner mo if she feels that she's less than their past relationships.
Yeah. The one thing I really
I'm mumbling kasi
the one thing I appreciated about this film is parang hindi siya clean na medyo messy din yung pagka-breakup nila. There are a lot of things na unresolved. It's
Even if they say otherwise, diba?
Yeah, even if they say otherwise, parang you can still feel na talagang may issues pa rin sila na natitira eh. It's not clean cut, and it's also ambiguous, especially in the ending.
Yes.
Which I like ambiguous endings.
And ang maganda dun, it's like the whole film, it's about them not getting over their quote-unquote excess baggage, pero at the end of the film, they become each other's excess baggage. The ex that they couldn't get over, diba?
Interesting, right? And I guess I can't avoid comparing this to another film about breaking up that came out recently by Star Cinema, The House of Us. Kasi in that film, if I could call it a film, it tries sorry ABS-CBN, it tries to force you into rooting for this couple, even though parang naghiwalay na sila eh. Parang she's not parang there is no logical, or in the film there's no reason for them to get back together. Pero the main the character, yung character ni Catherine Bernardo, she's constantly being hectored by all of these side characters na by circumstance din eh, and by the film itself that they should get back together. In contrast, Excess Baggage is not like that. No pressure. Parang it lets these two characters grow organically. The relationship grow, die off, and then maybe try to grow again. And it doesn't force its hand. Parang the ending is not like, oh sige, balik na tayo.
And it's like in an age where all films, not all naman pala, pero most rom-coms are engineered na to be screen capped and shared online, creating a film lang na mas muted, mas restrained, mas midpoint lang, walang emotional extremes. I think
Steady lang.
I think that's a beautiful accomplishment pa rin eh.
Yeah, it's to me it's at the very least is above average compared to there have been dozens of films, romantic films here, and I appreciated this Excess Baggage for what it was.
For me siguro kasi as a person na jaded and parang pagod na rin sa mga napapanood, parang palate cleanser rin siya na
it's nice. And nakakasawa na rin yung hugot, di ba? Parang if you get too much of it, parang when I watched another film about hugot recently, para sa mga broken-hearted. Parang I liked the film. It was a nice film. Pero parang kota na ako. Ayoko nang manood pa, pero I know that the year's not yet over and there are at least 3 or 4 more films na ganitong theme. Parang
gusto ko yan, yung sinabi ni Philbert D dun sa yung film na nakalimutan ko ng
Kalimutan ka.
sa sobrang hugot, wala nang natirang laman.
Wala nang laman sa sobrang dami hinugot.
To be fair, medyo nagustuhan ko naman ng konti yung nakalimutan ka. Pero yun nga. Yun guys. Any other thoughts about Excess Baggage?
Observation ko lang. Kasi, di ba si Joy Basco ng ex? Di ba sa That Thing Called Tadhana, ex din siya ni Angelica Panganiban. So,
shared universe, ganun. Or alternate reality.
Kaya natatawa lang ako while watching it. And na-appreciate ko because yung part ni Colleen Garcia, di ba parang cameo lang, makikita mo yung niya.
Si Colleen Garcia, siya si Dwayne.
Yeah,
Dwayne.
yeah.
Yun.
By the way, Dwayne Baltasar, who directed
Gusto kita
With All My Hypothalamus,
Wrote the film.
she wrote this film and she had a character in this film named Dwayne. Parang, is she that character? Hugot ba yan sa personal experience? I don't know.
And ito, nakita ko lang siya over the weekend. Meron pa may shoot na scenes pala with Anton, pero hindi na-release online. Hindi na-release yung final cut. Si Anton pala is played by Aaron Villaflor.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Si Joven.
yeah, they're using it to promote the book.
Oh, okay.
If you buy the book, you will get to know more about Anton and his story. And there are actual like stills of the scenes na spotted him.
Actually, guys, if you have the money or the time to read yung mga films based on the book,
Yeah.
I recommend, taking a look. Kasi, for example, binili ko yung Sid and Aya
Yeah.
na libro.
Talaga?
Just basically the script of Sid and Aya. Ang dami dong details na wala sa pelikula.
Okay.
Although may part doon especially about the ending, it removes a bit of ambiguity with regards to that scene. Pero in some other scenes, it reveals yung character thoughts, character actions.
Actually, minsan na-appreciate ko rin reading the script kasi ito yung purest ba?
Yeah,
It's a purest form of the story, and then syempre with the cutting, with with everything. Yeah.
You also get to read the intentions
Yeah.
behind the scenes.
Yeah. And
the script right.
siguro rin, foreshadowing of our next episodes, ang double twisting and double twist and double back also has a book coming
Yeah.
out.
Na ano ko
Is it a novel or parang screenplay?
It's a novel, I think.
Novelization of a
or I don't know, or baka the script mo.
And to be fair, kumikita yung mga ganun libro. I think bestseller lang National Bookstore was the novelization of Kita Kita. So, kumikita siya in fairness.
Kumikita ang kita-kita.
Kumikita ang Kita Kita.
Ito lang, speaking of kita-kita, may sasabi sila na kita-kita, actually the film showed in the Philippines is vastly different from the one shown abroad.
Interesting.
So, kasi it's like, it was recut daw.
Sabi.
Do you
yun nga rin
know
yung
the
balik.
original, what was in the original film?
I don't know. Pero the one that won awards
Sa Japan.
Japano, it's ano daw.
Ang ano ko nga, ang balita is that iba daw talaga yung gustong ending ng Spring Films than Sigrid Andrea Bernardo's.
Ending lang ba? Or ang narinig ko parang it's like really the cut is different eh. It's like
Parang less creepy ba yung character ni Empoy?
I don't know.
Hindi ko
Kasi
alam.
napabalitaan ko lang.
Less stalkery, ganun. Pero medyo...
Kasi parang ano daw eh, after winning awards abroad, when they brought it here for studio distribution na parang the studio decided na hindi, you have to
you have to change this and this.
yeah, I don't know, it is a rumors.
I wish yun yung malungkot, I guess, with yung wala na masyadong DVD releases.
Yeah,
Na may possibility of a director's cut or deleted scenes. I would have loved to see what the film was in its original form, if it really was cut for local distribution.
Kasi ako fan ako ni Sigrid from Lorna to
From Lord,
Mrs. Cruz.
Mr. and Mrs. Cruz.
I haven't seen Mr. and Mrs. Cruz,
Mr.
pero
and Mrs. Cruz is probably her weakest film.
yeah, but like her past works like
Anita?
Siya ni Anita.
Siya ni Anita, Lorna, those were
Lorna,
really
Yeah.
parang favorites of mine
Very fun
when they
films.
came out.
And she's a very nice... She has a very nice body of work.
Yeah.
Saka feminist. Makikita mo
Yeah,
sa mga
very
films.
feminist.
Okay na ba share dito?
Female style.
Si Michael funny thing, we were watching Lorna.
Yeah, you're...
Si Michael, parang may issue siya on the technicalities. Kasi Michael being ano ba si Michael sa Canada? Projectionist or a...
Basta film, he's versed in film,
Yeah. Parang may mga issues sa technical operations of the film. And he was like listing it down. Nasa likod ng pila namin. Ito si
Sigrid. Hi Sigrid, please join our podcast, The Opinions of Third World.
Kasi Michael parang he just came back from Canada noon. So Michael siya actually director noon. Oh!
Oops. So,
Going back to Exes Baggage pala, I want to commend the production design and cinematography. Yung cinematography, I haven't really thought about it in the sense of how it contributes to the storytelling. Pero at least on a sensory level,
It works.
it's so pleasing eh.
Yeah.
Even yung apartment lang ni Angelica before she moved to the condo, parang they frame it in such a way na may reflection yung neon light in the kitchen, ganyan.
Speaking of reflections, gusto ko rin na bandang dulo, like Carlos scenes are seen via makeshift mirrors, yung mga when they broke up, di ba? Kasi Angelica was sitting here and
So
then
parang
on the
kita pa rin
side.
siya in the frame.
And then I think period of reflection ni Carlo na kasi actually siya naman talaga yung cause of their breakup. Yeah.
Nga naman.
Yeah. So even there and even sa dulo, sa party scenes, di ba? You can see scenes told via mirrors. Even dun sa last shot na he's looking, yung parang nakipagkwento siya sa kotse.
Yeah, he's reflected in the mirror of the car.
Parang ano yun.
Saka nakakatawa doon kasi yung name ng car is OG.
OG.
Ay, ang pangalan ni Carlo Aquino sa Bata-Bata Paano Ka Ginawa is OG. Yung pangalan ng character niya.
So Easter egg.
Easter eggs. Yung production design, yung bahay ni Carlo / workshop, parang palagi siyang mausok, no? So, parang may volume light tuloy na lumalabas.
Parang smoky atmosphere. Ganun.
Pero most of the scenes are set at night. Tapos yung soundtrack niya ay Maybe the Night.
In fairness nga. So guys, any other last or thoughts on Exes Baggage? It's fine. It's
Go
good.
watch it.
Go watch it.
It's still in theaters. Diba?
It's still in theaters and it will still be in theaters for a few more weeks probably.
I'm interested in seeing ano ba to. Ito ba yung Black Sheep sa studio? Ito ba yung gusto niyang niche? Like kasi the next films like yung To Love Somebody
By Jason Paul Laksamana.
Yeah, and what's the other film na kay
JP Habak?
Yeah, kay Elise Hoson and
yeah, it's Maclis. It's a Maclis film, I don't know the name.
They're all parang rom-coms na unconventional rom-coms tawag doon.
Although sabi nga naman ng Black Sheep, they're trying to work with other genres. Pero yung pinakamabenta lang talaga ngayon is yung romantic film. So,
pero how unconventional can rom-coms be?
Yeah. Actually, dumadating lang tayo sa point na yung unconventional yung conventional kasi look at
happy ending.
They look at Exes Baggage. They look at sa Exes Baggage. Kasi from in the 90s, diba, or in the early 2000s, it's really the tawag dito, happy endings, like
they evolved over the years.
Tapos naging hugot siya na reversal na
yung mga 500 days of summer.
Mga unhappy endings and with yung dating Kodolana. Tapos ngayon, ano ba tawag, midpoint na hindi siya
Big endings.
Realistic siya.
Yeah.
Grounded lang siya. I mean, it's not wish fulfillment, it's not hugot culture.
Guys. May suggestion ako para ma-improve ang natin, rom-com creativity. Mag-rom-com film festival tayo.
Sige.
Tapos tapos syempre yung mga submissions parang in the future rom-coms, love is banned. Para maging creative sila.
Actually,
Parang ToFarm ba?
magbigay ka ng concept lang. Tapos,
Oo, concept lang. Bahala kayo. Yeah.
Pero diba, kasi like this year, si Denaya, Never Not Love You.
Yeah.
These are not hugot culture. They are not also wish fulfillment. Pero grounded takes lang talaga sila. So,
And si Denaya's, it's probably still my favorite film of 2018 na local. I love that film. Pero I don't know with you guys.
you really liked it more than Saint Gallen?
I liked it more than Saint Gallen. Yung ayaw ko lang sa I loved Saint Gallen too. But the one thing I didn't like so much about yung parang transitions, parang
Years
1 year later, yun lang talaga, sobrang nitpick lang.
Pero alam mo, napansin ko yung Saint Gallen and like si Denaya, they have the basic
Structure.
They have the basic structure.
Time from. Ang ayoko lang sa Denaya, yung parang yung Japanese subplot niya, medyo
Parang
naguluhan ako, parang yung rush
I
ba
see.
yun na
I think it's it's Aya coming to terms with the fact na she's becoming her mother.
yeah.
And she ultimately makes the decision between her familial responsibilities or her love with Ding Dong Dantes.
It felt crush lang sa film siguro. Pero I really like that film rin.
Yeah. Ano lang, may certain tama rin siya sa akin. Tsaka sa Japan, parang yung mga pinishoota nila, napunta ko na yun.
Yeah, ang ganda ng... Ako rin I love Japan.
So, yeah, ayun. Any last thoughts about Exes Baggage?
Wala.
Alright. So...
For tonight we're here just to forget. No words or lies we might regret. And we don't have to know how deep we'll fall.
So we're here again, guys. We're talking about our expectations for the upcoming Cinema One Originals Film Festival. As of this recording, it's coming out this Friday, if I'm not mistaken.
Friday.
And
The opening film is on Tuesday.
Yeah, the opening film, it's A Star Is Born, starring Bradley
Gaga.
Cooper and El Gaga.
Oh, Lady Gaga.
It's a remake of the
fourth remake.
The fourth remake of the 1937.
1954, 1976.
Pero pa tayong A Star Is Born.
A Star Is Born historian. So let's go. Do you guys have a list of the Cinema One films?
It depends. What are we looking for right now? Or will we start with the entry? Let's start with the films in competition.
Okay. So you have a list of the films in competition?
Yeah. So let's start with Double Twisting Double Back.
So Double Twisting Double Back, it's a what is it? Psychosexual gymnastic
Yeah, I don't know. Erotic sports thriller.
with gymnasts.
Yeah.
From the concept alone, I want to see what the hell this is.
Me too.
Eh, parang siya, parang frenetic yung if you've seen the trailer. I know not everyone watches trailers, but it's like a
Para ba tong De Palma-ish na...
Yeah, like De Palma-ish.
Diba? Kasi nung nakita ko psychosexual trailer, De Palma naisip ko
Doon medyo naguguluhan ako na hindi mo naguguluhan, personal lang. Parang naguguluhan ako sa it will also deal with mental
health.
Yeah.
Oh.
So parang parang daming layers lang. Pero I think this for me is one of the most interesting
In terms of the year.
Yes.
If they don't have like a Chinese ribbon scene, I will protest it.
Meron si Elora, meron siya.
May Chinese,
Yeah.
then I'm set for life.
Yeah. Kasi I see her posts and meron siya mga her
Yung mga
practicing
That's
behind
nice.
the scenes. Yeah.
So, I think this stars, what's his name? Tony Labrusca.
Tony Labrusca and Joanne Bascon.
Joanne Bascon. And they trained for this, right?
Yeah, and siguro kasi I have context na I'm friends with Shandy, the producer. So I see the regular updates and like intense na they're really training hard for this film na
how about kunyari maging parang esprit de corps pero with gymnastics. Pwedeng ganun din, no?
Kasi siguro one of my biggest issues, like example with By Bust, feel ko like hindi na push yung physicality and very halata sa shots. Pero here I've seen, diba, from the trailer, you really see them doing the flips and
I haven't seen the trailer, by the way.
Yeah.
So.
And yung I'm seeing Shandy's post and then like may mga injury pa sa
Wow. Are these guys like in a competition, in a gymnastics competition?
I'm not sure, but it's the competitive world of gymnastics.
But there's gonna be gymnastics,
Yeah.
like the ball and the jumping.
Yeah. And si Tony, I don't know if may background ba siya sa pagiging gymnast, pero convincing
He's jacked. He's a very fit guy, and I won't be surprised if.
Pero even if you're fit, diba? Parang doesn't follow na you're flexible and you can.
Yeah. Maybe he does it with grace.
Oh, yeah, pero
ang expectation ko kasi dito, bihira tayong mag-feature ng mga sports genre film.
That is true. Maliban sa basketball siguro.
And
Ay,
Telma
last 2
ata, I
minutes.
haven't seen Telma kasi ni Maha Salvador. So,
Akala ko yung Telma na, no?
iba. So, hindi ko alam, parang bihira tayo makaparoon ng mga parang sports related.
Yeah, and just for that, I'm gonna give this a watch.
Yeah.
Next film.
okay, next film. Actually, this is the second one one I'm really looking forward to, Aswang.
Okay.
That's by Brazuela, sorry.
Rainier Brizuela.
Yeah. I don't know how to pronounce his first name. Yeah.
I guess the Aswang here in this context does not refer to yung the vampiric creature. It refers to the Bicolano god of sin.
Yeah, it's actually called an odd superhero inversion kind of film.
So parang do you think parang mockumentary style kaya to?
Mockumentary siya. Parang siyang it's
Like What We Do in the Shadows?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm seeing.
Ang naisip ko naman sa kanya is like Shadow of a Vampire niya, no? Willem Dafoe.
It's really a comedy. It's really a comedy. Tas ang the concept, I'm trying to summarize the synopsis, but it's basically a film crew try to dispel or try to dive deep into this aswang, and then they get embroiled. Ang tawag dun sa term na yun, they become involved sa quest, sa isang quest ni aswang sa mountains. So they end up bonding, and natatawa ako. Or ako lang ba ito na si aswang, yung fashion sense ba niya ay parang kay Calvin.
Calvin. Pwede na, Calvin de la Cruz.
Siya bang basis?
Kung mag-guest yun sa atin, it will be full of
Calvin.
crazy
It's really What They Do in the Shadows. Kasi like the trailer, it's like they're gonna build up the horror of the song.
It's kind of tongue-in-cheeky
Then see him playing piano
na weird. So there's this like tonal clash. I hope they manage to juggle the tones right. Kasi kung weird yung tonal shifts niya, it might not work as a film. Pero I have high hopes for this film.
Saka Chaivo na shares included.
Chaivo na shares in this film.
No, it's Alvin Uiting ko.
Siya si Aswang, di ba? Who directed? He directed this film, right?
No, Rainier Brizuela.
Have you seen him in anything else?
I've seen him in Sarah.
Amunting Prinsesa, ganun?
No, the old show. Kasama si Sarah Geronimo na
okay.
sa New York Cubao.
Amunting Prinsesa.
Yun
ang Robby Susara yun.
Yun ang huling natatandaan ko sa kanya.
Charot lang.
Yeah.
Charot.
There's also a short history of a few bad things.
Okay.
Keith Delegario.
Keith Delegario is one of my favorite filmmakers.
Hindi ko pa napapanood yung full length niya. That's why I'm excited about this.
Have you seen Scalawags?
Hindi pa.
No.
It's described as a straightforward noir procedural that has socio-political underpinnings.
I hope so because all of Delegario's films before this, they have been anything but straightforward. They are anything but.
I haven't seen Lily, pero ang daming sabi sa akin ng mga Daily Lily, yung ginawa niyang feminist take on the manananggal or the aswang.
It's like a feminist revenge film with supernatural-ish elements.
Yeah, that was the cinema one. I was not in the country, so.
And his short film Babylon, of course, very like a time travel-y shenanigans film. Ganun.
Sabi nga ng German critic, trash cinema. In a fun way.
In a fun way.
May nabasa akong interview sa Inquirer, I think, na Delegario is claiming na this is nothing like his previous films kasi he's a filmmaker who doesn't want to make the same kind of film twice.
This starring Victor Neri, who's having like a resurgence from
in fairness kay Victor Neri.
Yeah. Also, he was in one of my favorite Cinema One films, tawag dito, yung kay Dodo Dayaw.
Violator, diba? Yeah. And, okay. Next film?
Then there's Bagyong Beverlyn.
This one has Rufa May Quinto.
Yeah, by Charlie Bebs Gohitya.
Yeah.
So it's, which tells a story of a heartbroken woman that has a super typhoon as an alter ego.
A super typhoon?
Yeah, di ko...
Para siyang colossal, pero typhoon yung monster.
Actually, I don't know.
I don't know. Of course, we haven't seen it.
Yeah.
Pero yung peg niya, di ba? I would watch this just for Rufa May. Nakita niyo ba yung acceptance speech niya sa Perpetual? Charot talaga. Yung si Charlie Bebs, yung film na nakita ko pa lang sa kanya was
2018.
yeah. was I Love You, Thank You.
Napanood ko rin yun. I Love You.
It's okay, pero may mga corny moments. But I liked it.
Napanood ko rin yung yung docu niya na kung yun sa pagbuhat ng binisayang chop suey. Included nung scene totoo, yung kakompetition niya yung walang rape sa Bonto. That's way back 2014.
Oh, okay. So, kamusta yun, Jim?
Okay siya sa akin. Maganda
Yeah, okay. He makes okay films. I hope magamit niya yung comedic talents niya. No?
This November, meron siyang bagong film rin yung Class of 2018. Yung
horror to, di ba?
It's parang feeling ko rin siya may pagka-campy genre film rin siya na
I hope so.
Battle Royale / with zombies. Parang
Battle Royale. I'm so good or bad. I'm watching this film.
Ang funny part rin, it's basically Going Bulilit gone wild. Like,
kasi it has the cast of Going Bulilit, all grown up.
CJ.
I think Kiray Celis is in this.
Yeah, Kiray, Nash.
So,
all the Going Bulilit kids.
I'm gonna watch something in November. Come on, guys.
Yeah.
Next film?
But then we have Fisting. How can we forget Fisting?
Yeah,
we will call it Fisting, but
Fisting. It's just Fisting. I'm doing the fisting motion right now.
It's called it's apparently called by the subtitle Never Tear Us Apart.
Never Tear Us Apart sounds like a Star Cinema film.
Yeah.
Parang
Don't give up on us.
Yeah, it kanta na
Never Tear Us Apart.
Never Tear Us Apart is a subtitle. What's the fisting part? Parang ano siya, innuendo siya.
I'm curious to see why this film is called Fisting.
Yeah.
And kasi nung I think Philbert Lee said during the pitch of this film, Wami Alcazar explained why it was called Fisting.
Yeah.
And I like to have you seen Wami's Alcazar's previous two films? So he did Colossal and then Islands. I'm not sure if Colossal was Cinema 1, but Islands was Cinema 1. They're very they're kind of abstract. They're long. It takes a bit of patience to watch through it. They're sometimes very ambitious. There's a part in Islands that's sci-fi-ish. And it deals with very grandiose or very interesting concepts.
This is being described as a third world espionage film with old country folklore, and si Jasmine Curtis is a dominatrix apparently. So
because of that, I will watch this film.
And shot on an iPhone 10.
Shot on an iPhone 10, which is amazing. The remarkable thing about this film, when it was still titled Fisting, was that a lot of my friends were talking about it. And to be fair, it was creating buzz. Parang, panoorin ko kaya to, ganun. So, unfortunately, they changed the title for some reason. Maybe it offended someone. But I've never seen anyone offended by... It's fisting, come on. Do you want to explain? Fisting. Fisticuffs.
Then let's move to the next film. There's Hospicio.
Okay.
By Bobby Bonifacio. It's described as a botched crime that concludes in a hospice that happens to be haunted.
Oh yeah.
At least Ana Abad Santos ang bida dito.
Oh really?
Who I loved in Apocalypse Child. Yeah.
Who's the young woman who's in the hospicio?
Loy Santa.
Yon. And I don't know what to say about this. It looks interesting.
Yeah, ako rin.
Ano ba yung girl interrupted ba? It takes place in a hospital. In a mental hospital.
Yeah.
Maybe it's like this with supernatural elements. I don't know.
It's a sort of sequel to his film Nung Balik Diwa. I haven't seen.
I haven't seen.
Oh, I love Nung Balik Diwa. Maricel Soriano.
Oh, what's Nung Balik Diwa about?
Di ba yung Nung Balik Diwa is about parang siyang ritual na kunyari, once na you kill the person and then you eat the flesh of that person na pinatay, mapupunta sa kanya yung spirit.
Oh, interesting. So it's a sort of sequel daw. So I don't know if it's a spiritual sequel or if it's a direct sequel.
Tell us, Jim, when we talk about this. Okay, next film.
Then there's Rod Singh's Mamu and a Mother Too.
What's this about?
Which tells the story of a middle-aged transgender who finds herself becoming naging surrogate mother to her transgender niece.
Interesting. Is the lead actress here also transgender in real life?
Yeah, I guess.
Yamina, right? Parang si ano, yung sa Quick Change.
Yeah,
Gusto ko yung Quick Change. What's her name?
I forgot the name
Well, anyway,
It's such a shame na nakalimutan ko.
interesting. I've seen this kind of concept, a similar concept before. in
Mimi
short-
Juareza.
Yun, Mimi
I
Juareza.
didn't Google it Wala. Dumating na sa utak ko.
There was a similar concept, pero hindi transgender yung child. Yung LGBTQ parent, single parent taking care of a child. It's medyo na ano na siya with short films, pero I'm interested to see how they will tackle this.
Interested ako because it's an LGBTQ themed film.
There's another film, yung Paglisa ni Carl Papa. So it's an animated film that tells the story of a couple who is struggling to keep their marriage together as one of them suffers from early signs of dementia. Si Carl Papa, I really like, siya si Manang Bering, di ba?
Yeah, he made Manang Bering.
Yeah.
One of my favorite films
rin.
of, I think 2015.
Yeah, that's 2015. So again, it's sickness, not dementia. It's
Yeah.
sickness and animation. So
Yung dalawang yun yung ano niya eh. And as an animator, he likes to, hindi lang, like Manang Bering was rotoscope, right? And then his short film that I can't remember the name, it was like stop motion animation. So parang ano, and then with Paglisan is more conventional drawings. So talagang in terms of animators is one of the kumbaga
parang for me parang children's aesthetic no ano eh. So
Yeah.
I don't know if makilalaman yon sa family aspect. So pero we'll see.
If it's anywhere near as strong as Manang Biring, this could be a contender for
Best.
one of the best films of 2018.
Yeah. Then we have, I think ito yung replacement entry, Hijan Lapus.
What was
MMK. I remember there was an entry yung palibhasa babae ni Iris Lee.
Okay.
I don't know what happened to.
Okay, probably budgetary problems. So what happened?
So here sa pang MMK, it tells the story of a young man who visits his estranged father's funeral with unexpected results. So funeral cinema.
Another entry to funeral cinema. I saw the trailer for this. It was it felt very
MMK.
It felt very MMK. It's not the usual film that you would expect at a Cinema One original. Like, but you know, I have an open mind. I'll give this one a chance. Let's see what happens. So before we leave, I'm gonna ask all of you, what have you seen recently, and or what would you recommend? So Jim, let's start with you. Have you seen anything recently?
Konti lang eh.
Sige, go lang.
Kissing Booth.
Kissing Booth and
Mr. and Mrs. Cruz. Yeah.
Mr. and Mrs. Cruz. Okay.
How did you watch Mr. and Mrs. Cruz? How did you watch it?
How did you watch
Via
it?
legal means, di ba?
By hashtag legal means.
Hashtag legal.
Meron siguro yan sa iFlix.
Yeah.
What did you think? Was it good? No.
Enjoy it naman.
Yeah, it's fine. Yun nga, I think ito ba yung kay Sigrid?
Yes.
I think this is one of her weaker entries. Pero it's fine for me.
Yeah. I've been binging on series. So I've seen Maniac. I've been watching Forever sa Amazon Prime. By the way, mayroon ng Amazon Prime sa Pilipinas. So
In fairness.
I'm watching Forever. Tapos, what else? Films. For films, I saw this kasi I'm doing remote reviews for Lund Film Festival. So it's a German film fest. And I saw this film, Liver Leaf.
Liver Leaf.
Oh, weird siya. It's like a Japanese teen revenge
Film.
thriller. Pero parang yung violence very stylized.
Bloody, like, is it like,
Yeah.
wait, there's this prolific Japanese director na hyper-violent yung work.
Ano siya, cartoon-like, yung parang biglang bumibilis yung tao.
Okay.
Pagtama ng hammer. So it's like very
Baka ito yung
anime.
Machine Gun Girl or something like that.
I don't know. Basta parang ganun, naging ano siya, like from a high school drama, biglang nagkakaroon ng interludes na very frenetic violence na yung asan talaga yung tao biglang bibilis yung takbo niya. That's it. So it's kind of, I don't know if it's for me, but I'm gonna write on it. So
DJ, have you seen anything recently?
Wala masyado except for hinabol ko yung Miss Granny sa theaters.
Kamusta Miss Granny?
I really enjoyed it. Saka, especially the music siguro. Yung old school music na i-revive. Actually, sinerch ko siya eh. Parang old Filipino originals pala siya.
Yeah. And I've watched all of the remakes of Miss Granny. And
Saka yung comparisons.
very lengthy article. And they use music that's native to their country
All of them.
So Japanese songs, they use enka or yung mga 50s ganun Japanese music. Same with Vietnam, China, they use like I'm not sure if it's Mandarin pop or canto, hindi siya canto pop eh. Parang old Chinese music. Tas Taiwanese pop singer yung namesake niya instead of Audrey Hepburn. And ganun din sa Indonesia. Ganun. So,
pero what's with the Miss Granny remakes? Bakit naging ano siya? Naging ubiquitous?
Mabenta siya. Ewan ko, yung CJ Entertainment sells the rights for the remakes. I guess successful siya. It's a very universal story about youth
Yeah.
It's just a really good story na.
Yeah, and it's
Saka very family-oriented story
Yes.
siya eh. So it really works for Asian markets.
Nung napanood ko siya.
Siguro.
yun. So ako naman, I recently watched para sa Broken Hearted by Diego Ricio. It's very visually creative. Maraming gimmick.
Na-elevate ba niya si Marcelo Santos the third?
The material is parang is basic as fuck ganun. It's basic material pero parang nadala naman niya. Parang the first two stories they're fine. The last story hindi ko masyadong type. Para siyang masyadong sumusunod sa Manic Pixie Dream Girl cliches. Pero overall it was fine. And then I also watched Amos Productions Stress, starring 3 Revilla brothers out of 72. I don't know how many.
So best film of the year ba for you?
Siguro top 5 ganun.
Which top 3?
Top 3. Top 3. I'm so sorry guys. The first part was a 90s action film on speed. Parang nag-drugs yung action film. So parang ganun siya. To the point na ano ba pinapanood ko, ganun. The second part was very reminiscent of mga films in the early 2000s. It's about Luigi Revilla. He's a drug user. And then naakit siya ni Asunta De Rossi. Talaga si Asunta De Rossi, So, may callback talaga to the 2000s. Tapos, they have a sexual relationship together. They do the sexual stuff and drugs. And, it leads to some bad things happening. Tapos, parang hindi ko mag-gets yung point niya. Parang nag-drugs ka. Parang yung implication is pag nag-drugs ka, wala ka ng kwenta. Nandun si Myrtle Sarosa, which is a shame kasi gusto ko si Myrtle Sarosa. Hi Myrtle, please. Joke lang. Pero Wonderbra din. She's decent She's like the voice of reason. Tapos parang the film snuffs out this reason very quickly. And then the third film, 72 Hours, it's better if you think of it, if it exists in a in an alternate earth which has 2-hour days, kasi may scene doon na sobrang dilim, tas 2 hours later sa countdown tanghali na, ganun. Tapos, and very patriarchal, so meron doon parang yung mga female leads doon, they're just there to serve as love interest for Jolo Revilla. Si Rian Ramos to. Again, Rian Ramos, I love her as an actress. She's decent. I wish she were in better films. parang her only her only role in this film is to look worried, maybe kick like several times and then die. Spoiler alert, but no one will probably watch this film. Who cares? Only to be replaced by Lovie Poe. Lovie Poe makes a cameo in the end of this film. Siya yung replacement ni Rian Ramos.
San to
sa third part ng Tres.
I'm confused. So, in between the film, nagkaroon ng change actress?
No, I mean, so may Pidea si Jolo. Pidea si Jolo, PNP si Rian Ramos. Rian Ramos gets into all kinds of shenanigans and dies.
Okay.
Jolo's like, oh, I'm so sad. And then, after a few minutes, pumasok si Lovie Poe, I'm the new PNP. Replaceable character. Parang shake hands tayo. The end. So, Tres, please don't watch it ever unless you hate yourself.
It's a very straightforward recommendation.
I'm so sorry, guys. I'm so sorry.
The views of John.
Hindi, persona non grata ako sa Cavite. Pero charot lang.
Taga Cavite ako.
The views and opinions.
Not a fan.
The views and opinions of the other third sino.
I'm not a fan of the Revillas,
pero yun,
baka maging persona non grata kasi dito ng bayan.
That's it for Third World Cinema Club. It's a very long episode, guys, di ba? We'll come back next time to discuss Cinema One originals.
Third World Cinema Club.